The Knicks beat the 76ers last night for the first time since 2017. They had lost 15 straight times to Philadelphia. The Garden crowd last night mocked the Sixers by chanting, "Where's Ben Simmons?" Pablo, you used to be a Knicks fan and now you're a Sixers apologist. Which of these teams are you more confident in?
So I want to say this up front, Tony, because what Madison Square Garden is like, especially on the street outside after these games, there's no place more fun when you have a little bit of rain in that desert. Knicks fans are celebrating every night like it's a championship. This was one of those games. So which team do I have more confidence in right now? It's the Knicks. And Tony, it's because the Ben Simmons end of the equation is the one that I have been pointing to and circling and telling people, you underestimate how important he is. You know who'd be helpful in stopping Kemba Walker or Evan Fournier, who apparently is doing stuff for the Knicks right now? It's the guy who was the runner-up defensive player of the year, the best perimeter defender by some accounting in the NBA, Ben Simmons. You know who'd be helpful when your team, the Sixers, is only shooting, I believe, like 20-something% from three last night? Well, yes, he does not shoot three-pointers, but he creates more three-pointers than anybody else. That would be Ben Simmons. They need him back to be good in this regular season and in the postseason. Until he gets back, I do believe the Knicks have an edge in this head-to-head matchup right now.
Yeah, it's hard for me to believe that the Knicks hadn't beaten them 15 straight like that, and they got to the playoffs last year, finished fourth, and didn't even beat Philadelphia. Then he immediately lost to Atlanta. I mean, I'm not going to make a big case for the Knicks. Kemba Walker and Fournier make them a better team. The Sixers are not a better team right now than they were last year because they don't have Ben Simmons, because Daryl Morey has stuck his heels in the ground and said, we're not moving on this thing. Now, maybe he gets back. There's a report that he practiced with the team and that Doc Rivers said, and I want to get this quote accurately, that's a huge moment for the team. That's nice, but you wake me when he actually plays. This gives me the opportunity to talk about the yappy Joel Embiid, which I like to do. Joel Embiid just recently called Ben Simmons a baby and said, and again, I want to get this right, I don't care about that man. And then apparently yesterday, he had a change of heart because he spoke for a change out of the other side of his mouth, where he said, we could really use him back, and I'd be happy to play with him. This is what Embiid did last night in one word: nothing. He played 30 minutes. He had only 7 shots. He made only 2 shots. He thinks he's the best player in the world. He got 2 baskets last night. He got 14 points, and he got 6 rebounds in 30 minutes. You know who has numbers like that? Marvin Bagley. And you know where Marvin Bagley is now? He's on the bench is where he is now.
Joel Embiid, Tony, as much as I cannot possibly co-sign Marvin Bagley as his direct comparison point, what I will co-sign is the idea that Joel Embiid has written checks that his body literally cannot cash because his body is not prepared for the strictures of a season in which he must carry the load over and over again. It's really easy. I've noticed this, Tony. If you're playing in Philly as an athlete, it's really easy to pander to Philly fans because they love nothing more than the hard hat and the lunch pail, and for you to tell them how much you love the fact that they sometimes hate you. But guess what happens when you lose? Guess what happens when you lose, Joel Embiid?
They hate you.
They just hate you, period.
They hate you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.